So we'll keep going. After a 52-21 loss in the playoffs to the Browns, who were a much worse team than us, we're going to have to figure out how to not lose by 30 points in the playoffs. You know what I wish had happened? I wish it had like bricked the last 30 minutes, and I wish it hadn't saved that game that I just went into and saw, and then I could redo it. Even if, and I would just sim it too. Even if I lost, like I wouldn't lose by 30. You know, just a pain. Like I know I'm not a good player. I know the Madden simulation is bad. I should have just simmed it normally instead of going into the game and then watching plays. But that's what I did, and we lost by 31 points because of it, so unlucky. On to the off season. Let's see, we already looked at our stats, I think, right? I guess we can do that again. Don't really care to see Pro Bowl players. Probably had a few like Lamar and maybe our receivers. The Browns are going to go on to make the Super Bowl against the Cowboys. Wow. Here's my shocked face. And it's just me looking normally. Browns and Cowboys are OP every year. That's not surprising. Lamar Jackson with an upgrade. Tom Brady with an MVP. Wow, it's another surprise. Oh boy, that's shocking. The Cowboys went 16-1, by the way, and yet the Browns were 9-8, and they beat us after going 13-3. Lamar's Offensive Player of the Year for the AFC. Nobody up there for defense. Offensive rookies: John Mechie on the Patriots. I have no idea who Lucas Kroll is, to be honest with you. I'm guessing a tight end. I'm guessing. Defensive rookie, Thibodeau at 4. That's pretty much all that's important for awards. Yeah, we already looked at stats, but I can check those out again since my video/stream is going to be interrupted. Lamar Jackson led the league in passing yards, 42 touchdowns. J.K. Dobbins, less than 4 yards a carry, but 18 touchdowns. Great receiving numbers here with Brown, Bateman, Duvernay, who's also now a superstar. Mark Andrews, almost 1,000 yards as well. Hardly any sacks given up to by this line. Played really well all season. Patrick Queen, 125 tackles. Thibodeau, 18 tackles for loss. Odafe Owe, 10 sacks. 4 picks for Queen, 3 for Clark and Hayward, 2 for Humphrey, 1 for a trio of our other secondary players. Justin Tucker had a perfect season, and then he missed a field goal in the playoff game. Can't make this up. Sam Cook, decent. Nothing too spectacular in the return game. So, yeah. We had a great year and then lost in the playoff game to the Browns, who go on to make the Super Bowl at 9-8. Barely make the playoffs. Going to the Super Bowl. The other thing to check out would be our dev traits. See if we got any upgrades. Marquise Brown's up to X Factor. Big. I think that's all I see on offense. That's changed. We know about Johnson and Ryan both having star dev as rookies. Alright. Defensively, let's see some X Factors. Yeah, look at all these X Factors. No, there's no X Factors. I do see some new superstars. Was Marlon Humphrey already a superstar? I want to say no. Oh, he was. Okay. I'm just lying. But Patrick Queen, he's now a superstar. As long as he doesn't lose it in the offseason. Game's weird. Probably going to let Peters, Hayward, and Verrett all go, so we are definitely going to need some corners. Going to need another defensive tackle next to Matabuke. And I still probably need a linebacker because I don't really think Malik Harrison's going to be our long-term number 2 guy since he can't get past normal development. But I don't know. We had a great year. I think we were, what, 13-4? Yep, 13-4. Lost to the Browns. It's tough. Heading into the off season, let's see who wins the Super Bowl. It's going to be the Cowboys. Dak Prescott and them boys get the dub. Very cool. You can tell how excited I am about the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl in this particular franchise. If the Cowboys won the Super Bowl this year in real life, fine, cool. Right now, I'm just sad that we lost by 31 points in a playoff game. Check out retirements. Devin McCourty's a big one. Antonio Brown went back to the Steelers. That's kind of funny. A lot of free agents that are older. Jimmy Smith, former Raven. Joe Flacco, former Raven. Former Super Bowl champion Raven. Shadow, welcome in. You missed my game crashing and having to restart the stream. Pete Carroll retiring, the only coach. Alright, players to negotiate with. I think the only one would be Patrick Ricard, our fullback. Yeah, I don't think I want to keep Peters on that contract. I don't want to keep Verrett. What does Ricard want? What do you want? I would give you like $3 million a year. Franchise tag still only like $3 million. Alright. Sam Cook did not retire. He wants 1.6 mil. He's gonna test free agency, even though I offered him, what, like 100K more than he was asking. Jawan James, he's replaceable now. Brandon Williams went down to a 69 from a 76, I think. Yikes. Nobody here that I really want back for these prices, at least. So we got Patrick Ricard. Everyone else is going to test free agency. And now before I cut some of our depth players or maybe make some trades, I want to see if we actually kept our development, if anybody was stripped of their dev change wrongfully. Offense looks good. Everybody on offense is the same. Show me still the same on defense. Yeah, everyone is actually the same on defense. Good. We'd love to see it. Somehow Malik Harrison is playing both left and right outside linebacker. Pretty impressive, honestly, if you think about it. Obviously he's not actually doing that, but It's fun to think things like these things. Like these things, like these type of things. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Be honest with you. I don't think we need Tanner Morgan. I mean, we barely even need DR King. I wonder if I could trade Tanner Morgan though. Anyway, oh, I saw green. Chiefs. Makes sense that they want a backup QB, even though they have 3 comparable backup QBs. See if we can get a pick for him. Maybe a 5th. Just try to maximize my value here, just in case they want to give us a 4th. Yeah, I'll take a 5th for a practice squad guy. No 5th? Alright, it's fine. We move up 2 rounds, in theory, with that trade. Running backs, I did say I was probably going to hold on to Kennedy Brooks. I am going to change his face, because that's very important. It's very important to have a good face. How about this guy? Yeah, it looks fine. Like, he's already way better than Tyson Williams, honestly. I really shouldn't have given him a 5-year contract worth like $2 million per year. But I like him, so that's why I did it. I could save about $3 million by trading Gus Edwards. I don't know if I want to do that right now, though. Because if we don't get another running back, I'd rather just keep Gus. We don't need Keelan Stokes. Oh, you know what I was thinking, though? I was thinking about moving Duvernay to running back. The problem with that, he's just not going to have the power aspect that a running back needs. And we use 3 receivers. Like, all 3 of these guys had 1,000 yards, so he's probably fine there. Keelan Stokes with 95 speed. It's like I want to have him on the team, but it's just not going to work out. He's not going to play. Oh, hello. Hello, green interest. Even though it's a in-division team. They might even give me something higher than a 3rd. I might be delusional, but I'll try it. I thought, no, dude. I really thought. That's with green interest? We can only get a 7th round pick for him? A 69 receiver? Dang. Oh well. It's something for a guy that wasn't going to make the team, so. I think it's probably best now to trade Nick Boyle while he's still decent. And while he's, under contract still. This is the last year of his deal, as my Modern Warfare update finishes. I don't know why that was even going. But anyway, Nick Boyle. We are going to move him. And not a lot of teams are interested. Great. Chargers. Chargers and Steelers. Steelers have Freiermuth. So I guess we're trading him to the Chargers. Conklin and Seals Jones. Okay. What can we get for Nick Boyle? A 3rd, maybe? Yeah, I think we can get a third. Alright. Cool. Future third for Nick Boyle. Ruckert and probably Poljan will be our number 2 and 3 tight ends. That's fine. Offensive line. Ben Cleveland. Oh, we need a right tackle very badly. Clone Castillo, I guess, can be our backup center. He's really not very good, but it's just a backup center, so it's fine. Yeah, Ben Cleveland just... I keep saying it because I like Ben Cleveland, but I can't start him. He's only 66 overall. And I might even look to trade him here if he has interest. Hello. Why would the Colts have green interest? Wait a minute. Is Quentin Nelson... Oh my gosh, Quentin Nelson's a free agent. Oh man. Do you know what this means? I know what it means. I very strongly think I know what it means. But I want to see it to believe it. We're going to trade Ben Cleveland for a 4th round pick. He's just not going to play for us, unfortunately. And I almost want to... Well, especially knowing what I know right now. You know what? Kevin Zeitler actually, I think, is going to be our right tackle. I think I just discovered who's going to be our left guard. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it before we actually see him and then actually get him on the team. But it's in the realm of possibility right now, which is bizarre. So we're gonna test things out. And you know what? Actually, Sean Ryan's gonna move to right tackle, and then Zeitler's gonna play guard because of his very, very slow speed. And because Sean Ryan is a startup player that is very young, who is almost a scheme, well, not really almost a scheme fit, but 70 pass protecting, not bad. Zeitler is just a better all-around player, which would make sense to play him at tackle, but I'd rather develop Ryan at tackle. And then Zeitler can play his natural position again, which is right guard. Ta-da. Yeah, yeah, left guard. Left guard. There might be a new left guard this year. Just maybe. Dalen Hayes. He's a 66 now. We could maybe trade him for something. Yep. Buccaneers once again. When the Buccaneers come calling for backup defensive linemen, I know I can pick up the phone and make a deal for like a mid-round pick for a not very good player. See if we can get a 7th back on top of this. Almost. Alright, we'll move up from the 6th to the 3rd next year with that pick, that's fine. And there's Derek Wolfe, who's still under contract. I think we gotta trade him. He should have a little bit of value. I don't know if anybody's really gonna want to trade for him necessarily, but he should bring me in at least some kind of a pick. Patriots would be the type of player to trade for an aging Derek Wolfe, and all of a sudden he plays like a Pro Bowler. Not going to get much for him. Maybe a 5th. No, maybe a 7th at this rate. Yeah. Sad. Sad, but it had to happen there. We have a lot of backup linebackers right now, too. Tyus Bowser, I don't really want him playing linebacker again this year, so I'm going to move him to just be a backup. And we still can't really trade him because of the cap hit. It's not really worth to trade him. And it's not like he's going to get us much back in return, so... I mean, it's not a huge cap penalty, but I'd still rather just keep him as a backup then. And then we got a lot of depth linebackers. I guess maybe one of them could start and be our third linebacker, but I don't love that idea. I'm going to move them all to the right side just so I can compare them easily. Alright, we got Harrison at left, we got Queen in the middle, and then we've got these 5 guys all on the right at the moment. And I don't really see a starter in those guys, so... I also don't really see a corner that's going to make the team in these guys, so... If I could trade these 2 corners together with a linebacker, maybe we could get like a third or a fourth. Oops. Holly jolly. Ooh. Chargers want corners. Good. Give me a second round pick and they're yours. Give me Derwin James and they're yours. It's like, I know I clicked X on the 4th round pick, just didn't register. Four and a 6 for a trio of players that I honestly would have just cut. So, not bad. And Brandon Stevens honestly could be a corner, I think, but I don't love that idea, I guess. Juju Hughes maybe could pass up Travarius Davis, is that his name? That sounds completely wrong. Can't think of his name. Travarius Washington? R. Darius Washington, sorry. My bad. Yeah, R. Darius isn't really... He's not the player he was at TCU, we'll say that. Sorry. So we definitely need corner. And we just so happen to need a left guard in an off-season in which there may just be a particularly very good left guard available, perhaps. Just perhaps. And let's check it out. Let's see free agency. If there just happens to be a very good left guard available. You know? And there he is. Quentin Nelson. Of the Indianapolis Colts. Chilling in free agency. Yeah, I will be signing him. Spoiler alert. I'm going to be paying him a lot of money. Whereas I couldn't pay Teron Armstead last offseason, I will be paying Quentin Nelson this offseason, 100%. Unless he somehow turns me down after this just absolutely ginormous offer I'm about to give him. And this is all he's asking right now. I'm talking about like a 6-year deal for like 96 mil would be 16 mil per year. See what you think about that. That puts us in the lead, but I'm not so confident in that offer that I wouldn't go up over $100 million for Big Q. 109 points. Like, that should be enough, right? Like, our team prestige is getting us an additional 18 points on this offer, though, so maybe... Like, he should take our offer over the Giants' offer. But, what if he doesn't, you know? I need Quentin Nelson, bro. I need him. We need him. The Baltimore Ravens need him. And my controller is trying to prevent me from needing him to the point where I can sign him. This is $20 million per year for Quentin Nelson. I'm just going to state off the bat, he is probably going to play tackle as Ronnie Stanley regresses. Maybe even right away. I don't really know. Or if he just plays left guard, you know, he's going to be a great left guard. I don't know. Or maybe he'll play center. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. Maybe he'll just stay at left guard. Oh, Rodney Hudson. Can't sign everybody, but Rodney Hudson's cool. We don't really need Jack Conklin when we get Quentin Nelson. Notice I say when and not if. Like, I want to play Zion Johnson because he has star dev and he's young. I want to play Sean Ryan. I guess if I traded Zeitler, I could make room for Conklin, but I mean, Conklin's already 29. He's not really that much of an upgrade over Zeitler. Alright, let's check out defense. Dexter Lawrence. I think Dexter Lawrence is probably the guy. Zadarius Smith is very good too. But he's 30 and he's more of an edge player, not a tackle. He'd be a very undersized tackle. Don't think I want to sign on any of these linebackers. KJ Wright again, maybe if we don't draft one. The guy right now that I want on defense though is Dexter Lawrence. Let me see if there's corners. Okay, so basically the same guys that we had on our team are the best available. Marcus Peters, Hayward, Verrett. Rocky Sin at 27. Yeah, we're going to go after Dexter Lawrence. He'll play defensive tackle when we get him. And he's going to get a massive deal too. He's going to get 6 years. 10 mil per year. And if we can not give him quite that much money. Oh boy. That's not good. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'd really love if my controller cooperated with. Oh my goodness. Are you done? You good? Can you stop? Okay. Get me out of here. Alright, that puts us in a small lead for Dexter Lawrence. I'll come back. I gotta remember our rookies. We have so many draft picks that I can't make that many picks. I think we bring back Marcus Peters because he's the best available and because he's our other former starter. That would cost 10 mil. And I honestly think we should like get maybe a depth corner here just in case we can't draft somebody that's good. Somebody like could bring back Taven Young, who we traded. Somebody decent but also like cheap. Like Anthony Brown in real life is playing pretty well for the Cowboys. He's not great, but he'd be like an okay fourth corner to have if we can get him for very, very cheap. Seems like a good offer, honestly. And then safeties. Haven't even looked at safeties yet. Jimmy Ward, eh. Edwards, Adderley, eh. Poyer, eh. Alright, no safeties. And punter. I mean, it's not like we need a good punter, but you know what? We're gonna go with Rigoberto. Actually, yeah, Sam Cook's still playing. Let's sign Cook back to the team. Yeah, there's no way we can make all our picks if we sign all these guys. I desperately want Quentin Nelson on the team, but I am going to take this offer down a tad. It's 115 points. We're still way out in front of the Giants. If he doesn't take it, he just doesn't want to come to Baltimore. I don't know what to tell you. Honestly, he should probably go to the Cardinals. But I want him, so. And then Dexter Lawrence. I don't really want to increase this offer too much, but I do want him. An extra $1 million. Let's get it to like 60. Here we go. $63 mil. It's an extra 3 points. Alright, these are our free agent targets. If we get Quentin Nelson for 6-year contract, man, it's gonna be a big one. We're gonna have to work around it. I might have to trade a lot of my draft picks away, because we are not gonna have the cap space to bring them all in. Or to have any flexibility, at least. We got him, and we got Lawrence, and we got Brown. Awesome. Quentin Nelson is now a Baltimore Raven. Why the Colts couldn't pay him, I don't really know. You know, good for us, I guess. Gonna raise this offer for Peters to 11 mil, I guess. He was asking for like, what, 14? So to get him for 11 is a discount. Sam Cook, I guess we can go up to, how about 1.25? And we got Brown. Should I sign another corner just to be safe? I feel like. Darius Slayton to the Patriots. If I draft one and they're not good, and keep in mind we don't have a first round pick, so chances are they won't be very good. Boy, I don't know. Bryce Callahan, how's he looking? He still has 92 speed. He's the 16th best corner in the league. We'll offer him. We'll offer him that same $10 million deal that we started with Peters. Yeah, we're definitely using up our cap space if we sign all these guys. We are not going to be able to make draft picks. Trade him down the line, you know, get more draft capital for the future. And we get all these guys: Peters, Callahan, Cook. Maybe not the best decision to just completely write off an entire draft class without seeing it, as I lose my connection to the servers. But I think it's honestly what we're going to have to do after signing Quentin Nelson. Eventually we're going to have to get a corner. But I like my strategy. If I can trade our picks this year for future higher draft picks, then I should be able to have enough to go get a corner in a trade. Or else trade up in the draft next year and then take a corner. One of the two. Alright, we're back in. And we're ready for the quote-unquote draft. Now, I say quote-unquote because we have very minimal cap space. What I could also do is trade for players on the trade block. Because here's the thing. Is we have a ton of draft picks, and we only have $5 million to sign those picks. So, we're paying Lamar Jackson a ton. We're going to have to pay J.K. Dobbins next year. Duvernay's going to be a free agent next year. I really don't want to have to trade Duvernay. I want to keep him long term because he's a superstar, but maybe I should let him go or even trade him now. If I could trade him for a corner, that might be the best thing to do. Stanley's making a ton of money. Quentin Nelson now is making a ton of money. Then we got Johnson, who's cheap. Zeitler's going to be gone in a year. Ryan's cheap. Dexter Lawrence, he's on the team now. He's not cheap. Big fella. Teaming up with Justin Bonabuke. Owe, still 2 years. Thibodeau, 3 years. We need Bowser off the team, honestly. And that'll happen probably next year with that penalty going down. Right now, it's just not worth getting rid of him because he's a decent player, and the penalty is more than the savings, so it really is just not worth getting rid of him. After signing Lawrence, we've given ourselves flexibility with Manamuke's contract. We don't necessarily have to keep him. Probably should, but we don't necessarily have to keep him. Lee Harrison's going to be a free agent. Maybe I should trade him now. Patrick Queen's going to be a free agent. We got to re-sign him. And then we're paying Humphrey a ton. We're kind of just going year to year with these corners. And we already paid Elliott pretty cheap. Clark is going to be a free agent. So plenty of decisions to make. And I'm going to make them all after I go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Alright, we back. I'm gonna have to make some decisions, and I don't want to. I think maybe I am gonna have to trade Gus Edwards. That would save 3.13 million. We would probably just have to sign a different running back though, so keep him. Do I trade Duvernay? It doesn't save us much money, but we're gonna lose him to free agency, I think, if we don't trade him. And he's gonna be worth a lot as a superstar 25-year-old. Oh, a lot of teams will be interested in him. Man, after watching him in the playoff game, I don't want to trade him. But I don't know if we're going to be able to keep him. Tough call. Just paid Quentin Nelson a ton of money. I think we have to keep Zeitler. I don't think it's guaranteed that we get a starting quality lineman at this point to replace him. And it would be $6.5 million in savings, but we'd have to get somebody to replace him. So, Malik Harrison, still just a 74 overall run stopper, 72 coverage. Should we trade him? Probably. It's not that I really want to trade him, but we need some cap and we need to move our picks. So if I can trade him and like a pick for a real high pick, you know. Same with Duvernay. That's what I'm trying to think. We desperately need to have linebackers though, so like I don't really want to trade him. I think we're gonna let Gilbert go. Well, let's see. 66 pass, 66 run. Taylor's fairly balanced. Diablo's fairly balanced. And Dahmen is fairly balanced. Well, Gilbert's the only guy that is in a contract year this year, so let's move him if we can. He might have a little tiny bit of value. A little tiny bit. He doesn't. He doesn't at all, that's fine. Yeah, he can be the backup for Jordan Brooks here over Don Core. Maybe a fourth. No. Maybe a sixth. Or a seventh. Maybe a seventh. No, not even a seventh. Alright, well, what about... How about Gilbert and a seventh this year for a pick next year? This has to go through, right? No! Jeez. A player and a seventh for just a future seventh. That's not a great trade for us, but it gets him gone. It gets him gone. That's sad. Alright, who has the best run stop? 66, 67, 64. So Taylor will be moving to middle linebacker. He will not be wearing number 52. As I've mentioned multiple times, that is a number worn by a guy named Ray Lewis. Maybe you heard of him. There we go. And Diablo can back up Harrison. And Doman can back up Patrick Queen. I forgot. In my mind, I saw 48, and I was like, isn't Patrick Queen number 48? And then I remembered he changed it to 6. Oh, wait a minute. Did I mess something up here? I feel like I did, didn't I? I messed something up here. What did I do? Was I gonna move Diablo to... What did I do? I don't know. Yeah, I was. I was gonna move Diablo to left. I accidentally changed somebody I shouldn't have to middle. I don't know, honestly, what I'm doing. I think I was gonna keep Doman at right, and I got confused when I started talking about Patrick Queen's jersey number. I basically just need one of those guys at each position. I need a backup at each spot. So there, I got it figured out. Geesh. Callahan, why are you number 11, bro? That's weird. You want to be 25 this year? Seems to be a common corner number for the Ravens. Peters should have 24 back, yes. And what number is Anthony Brown? 30, fine. Alright, I don't think I'm going to be able to trade any more players, right? Because like we do need our team together. Which means we really can't make draft, we really can't take draft picks. And what, you may ask, does that mean? Well, that means we're going to trade our draft picks for other draft picks or for some depth players. Like Jared Goff's $25 million contract. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. That would be ridiculous. Michael Carter or Chuba Hubbard could be kind of nice to trade for. They're cheap. But I think we'll pass. I really only need to trade for players at positions that we need, right? So, what do I need? Let's start with that. Good on QB. Good enough at running back. Good fullback. Good on receivers. Good on tight ends. I do need backup linemen. At least 2 of them. I need backup defensive ends. Just 1. I need a starting linebacker. That's a big need. And that's pretty much it. So let's start with starting linebacker. I don't know if that'll be available on the trade block, but we can look. Trey Flowers is a pass rusher. I mean, we could leave ourselves 1 pick and trade and take a linebacker. The draft scares me, man. It really does, because I could draft like a 75 hidden depth player, or I could draft like a 60 player, and I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. And some people would be like, well, that's how the NFL really works, and that's how you're supposed to feel when you draft. And I would answer that by saying, I don't want to feel like that when I draft in a video game. I don't think so. I know I traded Ben Cleveland, who was pretty cheap. That was kind of a pointless move in hindsight. Because now we have to trade for linemen. But we also have to move all of our draft picks from this year, so we get like Royce Newman. Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman, yep. Nope. I want somebody with like near 60 pass protecting for my backup left tackle. Is that so much to ask? Oh, Myron Cunningham actually would be good. Alright, let's see what kind of pick we have to give up to get Myron Cunningham. We got a lot of picks. Okay. 161 gets it done for Myron Cunningham. That didn't take long. We also need a guard. Hainsey? I like Hainsey from Notre Dame. You guys want a fifth? Yep. Okay. Alright. Cool, cool. Take it. We take those. We take those. Something I already complained about this in the last video, I think. But this year's Madden does not take into account, if I could speak, rookie reserve. So when you have draft picks, it's supposed to tell you, and it has in the past multiple years games, it's supposed to tell you how much those draft picks will account for salary against your cap. And it has the same spot for it this year that it always has. And it simply just isn't showing that number anymore. It's always at 0. So, you know, I have no idea how much actual money my draft picks are going to cost me. And I did a franchise where I was like, I thought I had that much cap space. And I didn't, because I had all these draft picks coming in. And I ended up going like $30 million over the cap. So, for whatever reason, that doesn't work this year. And it's kind of a pain that it doesn't work. Hainsey's actually not bad. Hainsey's like a Ben Cleveland 2. Not quite as big, but a guy that I think can be a starter in the league at some point. I just think it's going to take some developing. I'm about to develop my controller by eating it out the window. Yeet. Quentin Nelson's such a big addition though, jeez. Big addition. Still wish Trevor Penning had been better. We need a power rusher. And we still need a starting linebacker. And I could use another corner. We still got needs, that's for sure. And we're quickly running out of cap space. We got about $4 million to work with. What'd I say? Power rusher, linebacker, and maybe a corner. Carlos Basham for a former second round pick. He's a 72. And he's, what, 2 years in now? So he's going to have 2 years left on his deal. Is he a power rusher? He's a speed rusher. even though he's 280 pounds. I could swap him with Bowser. I don't really need somebody that good, though, to be honest. How about Bradley and I? He might be in a contract here. Yeah, Power Rusher. Could get him for cheap, I bet. You want to give us your 5th, and then if we can get an extra pick back too, like these trades are going through easily. If we can get a pick back, might as well, right? There we go. So for 5th this year, we get a backup and a 6th next year. Take it, you know. We take those. I didn't see any linebackers on the trade block, right? So that's going to be something that we have to maybe try and draft. That's scary. Any cheap corners available? Like Troy Pride. Trading for Troy Pride would have been smarter than signing Anthony Brown because he's cheaper and he's basically as good. I would like someone under $1 million. Marco Wilson. Shaun Wade. Shaun Wade, who was drafted by the Ravens and then traded to the Patriots in real life last year. I'm going to trade for Shaun Wade back. And he's going to be my 5th corner. We don't, we don't really need Shaun Wade that badly, but just to have an extra secondary guy, might as well. We may not be able to get an extra pick on this one because the Patriots don't have a 7th next year. Nope, that goes through. Thank you. It's like we're giving up no value with those picks because we're instantly getting the next year's pick back. So it's like we're really not giving up anything doing that. This is going to be kind of disappointing when I don't draft anybody in this draft, isn't it? I'm not even going to like look at the draft class really, I don't think. There's just not really a need to right now. This team is about as good as I could possibly make it under the salary cap. Under our current contracts. Like, I probably could have gotten rid of Zeitler, but we wouldn't be getting that much better. Picked up a Nye. He can move over to Power Rusher, left end. And we at least know what overall these guys are. Like, we know they're going to be all mid to upper 60s, these guys that I'm trading for. But it's what we need to fill out the roster, quite honestly. So I'd rather trade for a guy I know is going to be like a 68 rather than draft a guy that could be a 60, you know? Give Marvin Wilson a better number here, like 98. Take Big Brandon Williams' number. We still need a linebacker. That's really all we need. Now that we also pick up Shaun Wade, who's wearing number 19, and that just looks awful. Please change. Thank you. Welcome back, Shaun Wade, to the Ravens. Still could use safety help too. I mean, look at all these picks. Holy cow. And we already have all these picks for next year too. I'm going to have to make a lot of trades. It's going to be very tedious. but it's got to be done. we we simply just obviously don't have the cap to be making, you know, almost 40 picks over the next 2 years. Can't do it. Team's too good. Too many good players. Gotta trade these picks. So we're gonna start by trading next year's picks for a higher pick next season. Getting there. Colts 5th round pick. Okay. Three 6th rounds. For a 4. Three 5th rounds. Jeez. Can I get the Cowboys 3 maybe? Yep. I think I just traded 9 draft picks for 3 if I counted that right. And we still have so many already for next year. Let's trade these 3 as well. Gotta do it, I feel like. Can we get the Cowboys 2nd, actually? Just load them up with late round draft picks. Not quite. Not quite. Take a 3rd round then. Oh, too high of a 3rd round. There we go. Oh boy. No, I'm not trading Quentin Nelson. Look at all these chickens. You know what? We're gonna trade 15 picks for 5 picks, basically, in this process. What about the Cowboys 2nd? There we go. 3/4 for a 2nd. Still got 1.9 in cap. Obviously, we're not making trades for players right now, so it's not affecting our cap space at all. Now we're going to trade... I think what we're going to do is we're going to trade these picks for a pick this year. And then we're going to trade it down for picks next year. We're going to trade up in this draft and then trade out. Something in the 80s maybe. '85. Yep. Gee whiz, we got... How did I even get this many picks? I don't know. I really am not sure. That feels like a steal for the Giants, honestly, on that one. Am I giving them too much? See, Cowboys won the Super Bowl this year, so try to get their 2nd on this one. Nice. Jeez. Crazy. Colts got pick 60. Oh, that's right, they made the playoffs. They lost in the AFC Championship game then, if they had pick 60. Huh, good for them. Made it farther than we did. We just gotta keep trading, to be honest. I wonder if I can get the Cowboys first round. It's not like I want a bunch of Cowboys picks because they're a good team, but they're kind of like the benchmark for what I can get in a trade, you know? You know. There we go. Okay, now we're starting to run out of picks. We're gonna have so much value though, is the thing. Like 3/3 for 1 second. Like, yeah, we're giving up draft capital, but this draft capital that we're obtaining right now is literally so that we can get more draft capital in the future. Like, these picks I still need to trade out, except for maybe one or two. And then we have our first round pick next year, so like these and this pick. Could this get us the Cowboys first next year? Just ravaging the Cowboys for their picks right now. Yep. 2/3 and a late second. Give us the Cowboys one. Cool. These two and this one should also be able to get us a first. Maybe like the Cardinals, for example. Whoa, hey, hello. Stop, please. Yep, there's another first rounder. And we now have 2 picks left. I could take a linebacker, and I no longer need a corner, so trade this one and this one. Do I think I could get a first with just 2 picks, maybe? Colts are projected to be bad all of a sudden, even though they went to the AFC Championship game. We got the Buccaneers first round pick. So here's all the draft picks that we have now over the next 2 years. We have pick 56 in this upcoming draft. We have 4 first rounders next year and a second. Next year's draft class is going to be important. This year's draft class, not so much. We basically need to draft the best middle linebacker available and plug him in at right outside linebacker. So yeah, that was incredibly tedious, like I mentioned, and took a while. Had a lot to do, I feel like. Our offense is up to an 87 now with Quentin Nelson in there. Our defense still just an 80. I want our defense to be better, but without like super XP sliders, it's gonna take some time. Like Kayvon Thibodeau, Owe, even Elliott, like at an 85, he could be higher if we had sliders on. Patrick Queen. What is Lawrence's overall? 86, okay. And then what's Manabuke's? Only 79, okay. So yeah, Dexter Lawrence is definitely our #1 D tackle then. Okay. Good to know. What is going on in our Snapchat group? So K2 took my thumbnail picture of me and he like made my eyes bigger. Didn't he post that picture? It said K2 saved the picture. He sent it and then took a screenshot of it? I'm confused, I don't know. I'm not gonna think about it too much. What a thumbnail though from Mullet on the first video. Alright, let's get into this draft. I have no information at all about it. I don't know a thing, but I know the Packers are on the clock, so are they going to take a QB? Aaron Rodgers potentially gone. Don't really remember, to be honest.
The Falcons on the clock now.
Can't see what they did because of this weird glitch. They took a quarterback. They took Joe Burrow 2.0 maybe. No more Aaron Rodgers. And they're like, Jordan Love, Let's take a quarterback.
Okay, the Texans up now.
Falcons get a corner. Texans receiver. Please don't take a quarterback, Lions.
Washington is now on the clock.
They took Malik Willis last year.
Eagles on the clock now.
Football team takes a QB. I want to say they took Sam Howell last year in the first round. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Now on the clock. Let's see what they do. Okay, next up, it's the Dolphins on the clock.
I mean, we just have no context for these players. I like no idea how good they are. Just gotta wait until the end.
The Lions now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock.
Alright, let's go to our one pick. Let's make it count. Let's see a hidden dev like 80 overall linebacker in the second round, right?
Alright, the Ravens are now on the clock.
That sounds good to me. It's like I don't know anything about them. Like their archetype. Can't even see that. I can see that he's pretty bad in coverage. D zone. Kind of slow. Not very strong. But he actually has B awareness. So is he maybe a run stopper? I hate not knowing anything. See the argument for the scouting is like, well, scouting should be difficult and nothing's guaranteed in the draft, so you shouldn't know top skills and blah blah blah. And it's like scouting is a lot different in real life than it used to be. You can look at what a player has done on film and you can literally look at their physicality and say, this is what this player is good at in college. This is what they need to work on. In this scouting, I can pull up Sharif Frost here, for example. What do I know about Sharif Frost? Well, he's not a good block shedder. He's pretty slow. He doesn't have finesse moves. Like, I don't need to know his finesse moves as a middle linebacker. That tells me nothing. He has B hit power, so that's pretty good. High, I suppose. Play rec's pretty good. He could be a 60 overall. He could be a 70 overall. I have no clue. No idea. I have no gauge of his talent. because all I have is his projected round. I don't have um, his like the old system of scouting. It would give you their talent, their true talent, and it wouldn't say direct overall, but it would say like projected third, fourth round, and then it might say like sixth round talent. So I'm like, okay, well I don't want to take that guy in the third or fourth round. I have no idea. And I could take an outside linebacker that ends up being a pass rusher, and it's like, well, that's a wasted pick. That's Tyus Bowser 2.0, which is why I'm leaning towards taking a middle linebacker, because they're not going to have rush ability, but they may not even have cover ability, so like, C awareness, C impact. Like, B injury and A stamina do nothing for me at all. All I know about this player is that he ran a 4.5 and then a 4.5 again. He did 24 reps and then 24 reps again. And that he has C awareness and C impact block. That's all I know about him. Do I take a guy based on this? He's 255, so he's probably a better run stopper than a cover guy. But we're talking about third linebacker anyway. I'm going to take him. If he's only like a 60 overall, I'm going to be big sad. Big sad. I don't agree still that my weakest position is tight end, by the way. Goofy. 76 strength, 87 speed. Don't know any more skills about him until the end of the draft, which it's going to be right now because we only had one pick to make. Jared Mobley is our new Baltimore Raven. That is our draft class. Next user pick will take us to the end of the draft. Alright. Moment of truth, I guess. I'm going to say he's like a 63 overall. Just so if he's higher, I'll be happy, and if he's lower, I won't be surprised. Holy, he's a 71. Now he's definitely a true middle linebacker. I see. I'm shocked he's that high though. I really am. I didn't think he'd. I mean, I said 63 was my prediction. I thought maybe he could be like a 67 or something like that. That's not too bad. I'll take a 71. He'll start over Doman. He's a 73 run stopper, outside linebacker, and he's a 66 cover guy. So, right off the bat, he's better than Tyus Bowser as a linebacker. 4-3 linebacker. I'll take it. We take those. Let's get him a better face than whatever that is. Let's see. There's also a glitch, by the way. If you're on skin 2 and you click skin 1, it doesn't go to skin 1. So I have to click skin 3 and then click skin 1. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it's a thing. Let's go with... Am I missing... Where's the... Oh, there he is. There's that crazy looking guy. Yeah, he legitimately looks crazy. He looks like he'd be the evil version of a character in a movie, to be honest. That guy looks like another coach. That guy is way too old to be playing. There's these dudes. This guy, I think, might have been in last year's game. How about this guy? Let's go with this guy. Yeah, he looks like a Jared Mobley. He looks like a Jared Mobley. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but that's what he looks like. So we filled out our team, but we have like no cap space now, so we don't have to worry about signing players. Just our practice squad. Quentin Nelson, the obvious gigantic addition of the offseason. If I hadn't signed him, our offensive line just wouldn't be as good, nearly as good. And I really didn't have anything else in mind to use that money on other than like more corners. But we were able to, sign corners that we wanted. Callahan and Peters back. Callahan's kind of a better version of Casey Hayward at this point. And we got Anthony Brown for cheap. We got Sean Wade back in a trade. So the one thing is going to be upgrading Chuck Clark and probably having to upgrade Malik Harrison in the offseason. And we're not getting a lot of cap space relief as the year goes by, but it is what it is. We'll make do. If we have to trade our picks again next year, we'll do it. But yeah, we have $710,000 in cap space. That's not enough to sign most free agents. So here's our one guy though, Jared Mobley. He's not too bad. Just normal development. I guess I forgot to mention that, but really not a bad pick at all. Glad I picked him. The number one pick, it's a quarterback. He does have hidden development. Green Bay Packers new starting QB off the bat, maybe? I don't know if Jordan Love's a 72 or not. Falcons take Zach Gooden, who's already an 81 overall, but he's only normal dev. Texans take a receiver, hidden dev, big-bodied, Andre Johnson type. JT Patterson, he's a power rusher. Would not have worked with us. The Washington football team, after taking Sam Howell last year, takes a 73 overall normal dev QB. That's rough. By the way, a player like Patterson, this is the type of problem I didn't want to have. I didn't want to select a linebacker, hoping for a run stopper or a coverage archetype, and accidentally getting a pass rusher, which is what a guy like Patterson is. Now the hidden dev would have been cool, but it would have been a waste because I would have been like, well, we needed a starting cover guy. We don't need another rusher. We have Thibodeau and Owe, so that would have been a problem. And I'm glad we got who we got. So I picked a good player. It panned out that I actually picked a good player. Glenn Still, 71 power rusher, definitely not a cover linebacker either. Raheem Richards, normal dev, speed rusher. Benjamin Beecham, a hidden dev right tackle, looks pretty good to start off with anyway. Jimmy Hardy, 77 D tackle, just normal dev, of course. And round out the top 10, the Lions. Did we already see the Lions? Yeah, we did. They took 2 linebackers. A run stopper and a pass rusher. The next pick was Eric Cooks, a strong safety with hidden. He looks like Kyle Hamilton. Not physically, but You know, physically his build is kind of similar. He's not as tall, but 220. He's a very balanced safety with hidden dev. That's basically your Kyle Hamilton of the draft class. A 75 corner down the list to the Panthers. The Panthers just keep taking corners. They keep getting good corners. Ja'Cory Venable. A 6'3", 222-year-old hidden dev corner. That's a heck of a pick right there. That's the kind of player exactly that I want to get next year. Top player in the class was Gooden. Another safety that was really good, Swinney, for the Cowboys. Just normal dev, but he's another guy that looks kind of like Kyle Hamilton type of player. So good secondary players, a really good receiver to the Texans. The Jets take a running back in the first round. This would have been like if they had taken Travis Etienne instead of the Jaguars. And another Jets pick, Clinton, was just normal. They had multiple picks because of us, by the way. We gave them our first rounder in this draft to trade up to take Thibodeau. A lot of decent players in this class, but again, it's a lot of normal dev. As soon as I say that, we get to Traven Ramsey, a hidden dev, power rushing defensive tackle. That's what you want to see when you take a defensive tackle right there. No way. There's just no way. Jonathan Pollard. Now, yes, he's just a run support archetype, and that run support is 4 overall higher than his zone or his hybrid. But he is still a 76 overall player with hidden development, and he went in the 3rd round. The Cowboys. They got 2 new starting safeties in this class. Swinney and Pollard. And then they tripled up on defense with a hidden dev linebacker. A power rusher, kind of undersized run stopper type. Kind of like a Tyus Bowser. A little bit. A couple receivers. That's an interesting draft from Dallas. Very defensive heavy. But 2 starting safeties. How about PJ Ridley for the Colts? Just normal dev. 75 power rusher though. At just 21 years old. Let's see all the quarterbacks taken. First round guys, there was one other that we haven't seen, to the Seahawks. They take a 74 scrambler out of Florida. Already 23 years old. I don't know about that one either. It seems like these two probably shouldn't have gone to the football team in the Seahawks. The Eagles take one in the 2nd round, and he is just awful. Dalton Picard, never going to see the field. And he has hidden dev, dude. Why? Why can't my 73 overall linebacker get hidden dev and not a 60 overall QB? That's never going to play. Jeez. The Bengals take one in the 3rd round. He also has hidden dev. Why? 2 of the first round normal dev quarterbacks could have used that. The Bucks take one. He's only got normal, but he's a 65 at least. Kyle Trask 2.0. Charlie Boyle with normal in the 5th round. A couple in the 6th round. Robbie McAllister normal. And Anthony Brackens normal. And we got 2 more. The Packers take another QB. There's just no way. All these late round QB. Am I seeing this right? Why is he wearing number 20? He's a hidden dev quarterback with number 20. They get 2 hidden dev QBs in this draft class. And you got a guy wearing number 20. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Why do they all have hidden dev? Why? Anyway, we drafted a linebacker. A run-stopping linebacker, so big moves. No, the big move was that we got Quentin Nelson. That was the big move of the offseason. Returning from injuries, Ronnie Stanley, even though he's not actually, that's another glitch. Not surprised. I'm going to set our depth chart, and then I think I'm going to call it there. We'll get into as I lose connection. Another glitch. Maybe I should just call it here. I'll come back in the next one and set up the team for next year. I think I should. It's a little earlier than when I stopped yesterday, but I was very tired when I kept going yesterday, so... GG, really. I mean, that was another interesting year, really. We made the playoffs with a 13-4 season. We then blew our playoff game. I shouldn't have watched it. I learned my lesson. I'm never going to watch games in this franchise again. I don't think it's worth it. Watching gameplay in Madden is just not... It's not going to do it for me, you know. We lost by 31 points. It's our worst loss of the rebuild so far. And it was to a worse 9-8 Browns team, which just really sucks to be the Ravens to lose to the Browns like that. And then the Browns made it to the Super Bowl just to lose to Dallas. So that was a bummer. But all in all, it was a fun season. We get a lot of development from our offensive and defensive line. We got Devin Duvernay up to superstar somehow. He hit a breakout challenge and actually got it, even though he's our third receiver. Free agency, we got big time additions in Quentin Nelson and Dexter Lawrence, beefing up our offensive and defensive lines. Who was our left guard? That's a good question, huh? Who was our left guard? Oh, it was Zeitler, wasn't it? He moved over to right guard. Who did we lose? Oh, Jawan James. Right. Never mind, I remembered. So yeah, all in all, an eventful season. A weird season as we were just crushing some teams, but then we also lost to the 2-9 Bengals. That was after we beat the Bills 38-0. Like, as I drop my ball count, playbooks play so much into how good your team is, and it's not right that that's the case. But it just kind of happens that way sometimes. So, and I know any given Sunday anybody can beat anybody. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Anyway, another good stream. I enjoyed my stay. Human sub notification just came in. Is that actually from earlier, or is Human back? I'm confused. I go back to sleep. Okay, Human. I'm confused, but good night. Should I host Mr. Bean for you? I can do that. Head over to get some high entertaining Mr. Bean content. You're back? I'm just wrapping things up for tonight. Should I host Mr. Bean? Don't you dare. Oh. Alright, no Mr. Bean. I'll watch Mr. Bean on my own time. I go. Alright, Human. Have a good night. Have a good day tomorrow at work. I'll try to not have any mishaps at my eye doctor appointment. I don't know what kind of mishap would happen. I keep getting glasses that just aren't good. My prescription just hasn't been good, I feel like, in a while. And some people would be like, well, it's probably just your eyes. And no, glasses literally are supposed to help me see. Like, why am I not seeing better, you know? But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up because this thing's going on YouTube. So, rip the video. Be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. Help your boy out with the algorithm. And head over to Twitch and drop a follow on there too if you like. How about that? Sound good? Alright. Rip stream, rip video, good times all around. Peace out. See you in the next one.